My beloved souls, I am Archangel Michael, and I am here today to continue to communicate to humanity and disclose more truth. The ascension was supposed to happen in the early 2000s. Humans were more awake and more interested to leave the 3D matrix compared to now. Because of the September 11, 2001 attack on the Twin Towers by the Dark Ones from the American government, it did not happen. After that negative event took place, everything started to move in a wrong direction. Darkness created plans on how to reduce the human intelligence, lower their vibrations, and make them more dependent on drugs and other addictive substances, including being consumed by phones and devices. Also, the false information started to circulate on the internet about the ascension process, to the point that it created a false foundation on how the whole process of advancement is going to occur to the new 5D Earth. Now, almost 24 years have passed, and human beings are still rejecting the truth and sticking to the false narratives. Divine decided to intervene by changing the original plans, including on who is going to be allowed to move into higher dimensions. The old plans got exposed to darkness, and it created new obstacles for the whole humanity to reach enlightenment. A perfect example of this was the fake COVID pandemic, which slowed down the growth of humankind and lowered drastically their vibrations. The human population is still expecting for the Nasara/Gasara to happen, of receiving endless amount of money. It's an old plan that was stopped by the negative controllers. Continuing following the same false speakers who say things that never come to reality, like the solar flash event, EBS, different number of days of darkness, false saviors of humanity, and even the quantum financial system, which basically at moment is just a scam of anyone asking for money to put any account or buying any services for it. Many talk about this new financial system, but no one asks the obvious question about it. Do you have the technology available for it on the planet right now? The answer is no. Otherwise, the Dark Souls would have used it for themselves by now, because they have known about it for a long time, and they still control most of Gaia. If there is going to be a new way of operating a financial system, it needs to be run by the consciousness of light and not by anything from 3D, including AI. It also needs to be above the third dimension, and mankind needs to reflect this freedom and advancement on the inside of their being. The reason none of these events are happening after being constantly announced, because it's not coming from us, light beings, and it's not based on the truth. It's just humans giving their own personal opinions. We do not announce future events or give dates. If we were to disclose an event, it would happen on the first time, and not thousands times and nothing. How much longer are you willing to believe and follow the same information that never comes true, with no visual evidence behind it? The whole narrative about ascension is built on not real information, which is going to collapse in the future, leaving their followers with nothing. As we said before, no one is going to just magically appear in the fifth dimension without matching its vibration. Ascension will be granted to the ones who will overcome their human ego and a 3D mind, and did the spiritual work of raising their vibrations and reflecting the 5D frequency. That is a final decision made by Divine. Most of your spiritual leaders do not represent the truth and only pretend to be the light by spreading false information and misleading humanity. Mostly portraying galactic and light beings only by showering humans constantly with compliments and never telling the truth, especially the negative truth. This has not helped the ascension process at all, as now many human beings, when they hear or read the negative truth, they reject it automatically by saying it's coming from darkness, as it brings fear and judgment for them. We never judge anyone, we only tell the truth, positive or negative, and only egos feel judged. Soul and universal consciousness does not. Also, many spiritual leaders put a lot focus on the changes coming from the outside and not from the inside. They have created this illusion for humankind that they do not need to do anything to ascend to 5D. It's a higher dimension for a reason, which means much more light and higher standards of existence. All of the negative behaviors that many humans entertain on Gaia will not be allowed or tolerated. As galactic and light beings live from the soul and universal consciousness with mostly in helping and serving others, not from an ego and 3D mind like many humans do, who serve only themselves by living a selfish existence. If human beings would put the same amount of energy on raising their vibrations as they do on announcing fictional different events, worshiping false saviors, and following false information, ascension would have happened on Gaia a long time ago. Divine has created a couple of different scenarios on how she is going to transition the ascension process on your planet. Everything depends on what direction the human civilization will take in a positive or negative one. Divine still did not reveal this to anyone yet, because she wants to see on how humanity will continue to behave. My beloved souls, you can't move to higher dimensions without direct assistance from galactic and light beings. We have been closely observing your planet for over 5 years now, and you showed us that most of the human population is not interested in spiritual advancement, and some are not capable to advance at all. Right now, there are 2 groups that exist on Earth. One is behaving below 3D by entertainment, many negative behaviors coming from darkness, supporting evil leaders, and also who just want more money to continue the same existence centered around acquiring things and only caring mostly about themselves, which is the complete opposite of life in higher realms. And another one is ready to move to 5D. Recently, you had an unusual event take place at the Praia de Buarcos beach in Portugal, when a tsunami-like cloud appeared in the ocean near the shore, covering in a 150 kilometers in length across. It's known in your reality as a roll cloud. It had nothing to do with the combination of hot temperature and rain in the country. Human beings always look for a scientific explanation for why things happen on Earth without taking any consideration of the frequency changes in the location. Once again, it was a result from higher and lower vibrations clashing with each other. This usually creates unexpected events in the part of the world it occurs. The chaotic events are going to continue in your reality as a reflection of unbalanced energies. The final decision about Mother Gaia will be decided in the near future and revealed in a proper time. It's time to snap out from the 3D illusion and start to think on how to move as fast as possible into a higher realm of existence of 5D. Please do the spiritual work of raising your vibrations and silent meditations if you want to ascend to the 5th dimension. Thank you, Ambassador of Galactic Light Forces. Please accept my blessings and supreme love. Follow the path of enlightenment of the Ascended Masters from Mother Earth to a higher dimension. Archangel Michael, channeled by Erena Velazquez, Ambassador of Galactic Light Forces.
Nem parecem nuvens, para não, filho? Nem parecem nuvens. Assim.